So why is it so important that we let our desires go? Once you realize that you can never have something if you're still desiring it, you will understand truly what it means to be able to let something go. If you are desiring something, you are essentially sending a signal. You are communicating to the energy field, source, whatever you want to call it, that you do not have what you desire. And because many of us believe, including some of the world's greatest scientists, that time is not linear, that everything that ever existed and that ever will exist is all in the present. It's all happening right now. These things are all just happening in different realities. We just have to choose which one we want. And we do that by selecting the consciousness that we desire to experience with our feelings. And when we realize this, we know then that the only way that we could ever have a desire become a reality is if we let go of that desire. There's no way that you can experience the manifestation of a desire if you still desire it. Okay? So, the only way to do this is to let it go. And by doing this, I'm not saying that you send this desire out into the universe, you visualize it going out to the stars or whatever you may do in your visualization method. This is truly forgetting the desire. And it's really interesting how it's like almost as soon as you forget it, it happens like that. Okay? And it's not always the same for every desire. I know that Christians have a saying of, the Lord works in mysterious ways, and let go and let God. Those are two popular sayings in the church. And there's a lot of truth to that, actually. Once you let it go, you let the universe work on this, and it works it out. It puts everything together. Okay? But it cannot do that until you let it have it. So when you are desiring something, what you are doing is you are charging that potential manifestation. It's like it's hooked up with, like it's hooked up with wires or something to something, and you're just sending this charge into it. Okay? But it cannot manifest until you let it out there. Okay? You let it go out there, and it comes back as a manifestation in reality. This is, it's the way that it works. I see this happen all the time. And, it's like almost, if you've ever lost something and you can't find it, you go around driving yourself nuts looking for an object. And then you just say, oh, the hell with it. And then, later on, it just turns up. And this is actually one of the best ways to find something that you've lost, is just to forget about looking for it, and then it'll show up. Because as long as you're looking for it, you're looking for it. How are you ever going to find it if you're looking for it? So you have to realize that you already have what you desire. Okay? You may not have it in your consciousness right now, but it does exist, because everything exists at one time. It's all just like that. That's it. There is no 1,000 years from now, million years in the past. It's all just your consciousness and what you're choosing to be conscious of. So when you can really grasp the fact that you already have what you desire, whatever it is, you can then easily let go of it and therefore let the energy field work it out in the best way to have it come back to you. Okay, this may not be something that happens instantly, even though a lot of times, the moment that you forget about what your desire is, it just goes into work. Do not be surprised if it just shows up at your doorstep. It's like I said, they say the Lord works in mysterious ways. Well, the universe does work in mysterious ways. You will not be able to see a lot of times the way that it comes back to you. And a lot of times you might play it off as just, well, that was just a normal thing. And that's how it usually happens. It just seems normal. But it's so important. This is one of the biggest steps that is missing from so many people's techniques in attracting what they desire. So many people go around hanging on to desires for years. Maybe they want this dream home, and they just keep wanting it for years and years. And the reason why they never get it is because they never let that desire go. As long as they're desiring it, the universe takes that as, you don't have it. But when you change your frequency to, I have it, then it will manifest. Okay? So really that is what it is. It's a change in your frequency. We all hear a lot about raising frequencies and this and that. And this is essentially what you're doing when you forget about it. Set it and forget it, as people like to say. That's really one of the most powerful techniques that you can use. Desire that reality strongly. The stronger you desire something, the more likely it is to happen. But you have got to let that desire go, or it will never come back to you. This is just, it's such a simple technique to use. And, I say it's simple, but a lot of people do have a problem with letting it go. They look at their surroundings and they're like, they see their surroundings and they want something better. And so they always have that desire. And, to that I say that you just have to practice, maybe practice with letting go of smaller things until you can work your way up to bigger desires. But why not just go ahead and jump into letting go of your biggest desires? So many people have these ideas of these fancy cars or whatever that it is that they want, or this certain house, vacation homes, and as long as they're walking around in that vibration, that frequency of wanting, they are telling their subconscious mind that they don't have it, and the subconscious mind then communicates that to the energy field. And the energy field just sits there just like, well, I'm not doing anything with that because they haven't given it to me yet. So as soon as you let it go, the universe can start working on it and then send it right back to you in ways you could never imagine.